in the funniest story of the day, remember Rachel Dolezal? So Rachel Dolezal was the lady who pretended that she was black for years and years. She had changed her name to Nkechi Diallo after being publicly smeared and actually exposed, not smeared, as Rachel Dolezal. She's a white lady from like Kansas, and she had pretended to be a black lady, and then she'd actually become the head of the Spokane, Washington NAACP or something. And then she was exposed for all of that and became a national punchline, obviously. Well, then she became a teacher at an elementary school in Arizona, because that's who you would invite, is a crazy person to teach your small children in elementary school, apparently. Well, it turns out now she's been fired again. Why? Well, because she had an OnlyFans account. So it turns out that not only is she a crazy person masquerading as a person of another race, also she is prostituting herself on OnlyFans. So that's great. According to the school district, we only learned of Miss Nkechi Diallo's OnlyFans social media post yesterday afternoon. She is no longer employed by the Catalina Foothills School District. So apparently, I mean, talk about a life story here. Diallo, I do love that we just, randomly go with people's new names, genders, all the rest of it. Diallo lost her role teaching African studies at Eastern Washington University and launched an account on OnlyFans in 2021 after struggling to find work. She made 600 posts in the year since and shared hundreds of paywalled adult videos and photos. So that is a life story that is going very poorly, that particular life story. So best of luck to Rachel Dolezal in all of her newest efforts. I've been talking about my Helix mattress for years. I've had it for, almost a decade at this point. I love it. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Every night when I climb into bed, before my little daughter wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I realize that this mattress is the only thing keeping me alive. If you haven't already checked out the Helix Elite Collection, you need to. Helix harnesses years of extensive mattress expertise to offer a truly elevated sleep experience. The Helix Elite Collection includes 6 different mattress models, each tailored for specific sleep positions and firmness preferences. If you're nervous about buying a mattress online, you don't have to be. Helix has a sleep quiz that matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Because why would you buy a mattress made for some other schlub? I took that Helix quiz. I was matched with a firm but breathable mattress. And again, it's excellent. Plus, Helix has that 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll pick it up for you if you don't love it, but that never happens. You're going to love it. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and a free bedroom bundle for our listeners in honor of President's Day. The bundle includes 2 free pillows, a set of sheets, and a mattress protector. Head on over to helixsleep.com/Ben. Use code HelixPartner25. It's their best offer yet. It's not going to last long. That's helixsleep.com/Ben. Use code HelixPartner25. As folks know, I have a sympathy for the idea of giving more aid to Ukraine. I don't think that amount of aid has to be $60 billion. I don't think that bill that has been put forward by the Senate is a particularly wonderful bill. It includes $10 billion of aid to the Gaza Strip, which is filled with people who presumably would be in positions of administration who are terrorists. There's a lot that's wrong with that bill. But as a general proposition, I don't believe that the United States has an interest in allowing Russia to simply walk into Kyiv and take over the entirety of Ukraine. I think that has significant negative geopolitical ramifications for the United States and American citizens. With that said, scaring the American people into greenlighting an aid package by releasing information about a serious national security threat that lives in Canada, but no, you can't meet her. That doesn't seem like a great tactic to get people in your corner. In fact, it's probably going to alienate more people than it draws. According to CNN, when members of Congress downplayed the immediacy of the threat, an anti-satellite weapon placed in orbit around the Earth would pose significant danger to U.S. nuclear command and control satellites, according to Hans Christensen, director of the Nuclear Information Project at the Federation of American Scientists. Earlier on Wednesday, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Republican Mike Turner of Ohio, ignited a firestorm on Capitol Hill when he issued that cryptic statement, announcing that the panel had, quote, information concerning a serious national security threat. And when this notice went out, by the way, I was watching, and my immediate mentality went to, okay, is there like an immediate terror threat in the United States that we need to know about? Is there about to be a major secondary attack by the Russians on, say, a Baltic state? Like, what are we talking about here? And then it turns out that what they're talking about is the possibility of a new Russian military capability that would do economic damage to the United States, but would not actually launch us into World War III. And I thought, well, that seems a little bit overblown in terms of just leaking that out there to scare everybody. Within hours, the Republican House Speaker, Mike Johnson, attempted to tamp down the situation, telling reporters, quote, there is no cause for alarm. He said that he'd known about the intelligence since at least January. He said, we want to assure everyone that steady hands are at the wheel. We're working on it, and there is no need for alarm. Jim Hines, the committee's top Democrat, said in a statement, the classified intelligence product the House Intelligence Committee called to the attention members last night is a significant one, but it is not, in fact, a cause for panic. The National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, he said I can't say that Americans have nothing to worry about, but I'm not sure why everybody is sort of in panic mode.
Just a quick follow-up, just to put this to rest. Obviously, the House Intelligence Chair speaking out about a imminent, or he doesn't say imminent, serious national security threat. The lack of your ability to say anything has the potential to raise distress for some Americans. In the simplest of terms, can you tell Americans that there's nothing they have to worry about right now in terms of what he describes as a national security threat?
Look, I think in a way that question is impossible to answer with a straight yes, right? Because Americans understand that there are a range of threats and challenges in the world that we're dealing with every single day. And those threats and challenges range from terrorism to state actors. And we have to contend with them, and we have to contend with them in a way where we ensure the ultimate security of the American people.
Okay, so again, when I see this sort of alarmism emerging, that makes me less likely to support a foreign aid bill. Were I in Congress, I'm not sure how I would vote on this foreign aid bill. I'd probably vote no based on the size and scope of it, and I'd want to see the underlying information. But even were I inclined to vote for the foreign aid bill, I'd now be less inclined to vote for the foreign aid bill because I don't like pressure tactics like this. Apparently, according to Politico, it's possible that Turner was attempting to raise alarms about Russia's advancements in space as a way of underscoring the need for lawmakers to approve additional aid to Ukraine. The Senate passed the supplemental bill, including $60 billion in aid for Kyiv, and is currently under review by the House. Now, meanwhile, the White House is trying to play a bit of a different game with regard to this foreign aid bill. So they're not negotiating, not at all. In fact, Joe Biden said yesterday that he has no plans to meet with the Speaker of the House, which is weird because if you wanted to get something done on foreign aid, presumably you'd want to meet with the person with whom you are going to have to negotiate to get that done. Karine Jean-Pierre said, no. Joe Biden isn't meeting with him.
Speaker Johnson has suggested that he needs a one-on-one meeting with President Biden. Given that Johnson has said he doesn't feel rushed on foreign aid, would that one-on-one meeting help?
I mean, look, and I appreciate the question, Josh, but the president met with obviously congressional leadership less than a month ago, just less than a month ago. And he made really clear how important it was to get that bipartisan negotiated legislation coming out of the Senate, how important it was to get that, to move that forward.
Okay, so why won't he meet with Johnson then? If he thinks that it's really important, why not try to convince Johnson? I mean, first of all, it'd be good politics. It'd be good optics. Right? He could come out and he could say, listen, I spoke with Speaker Johnson and he doesn't have a coherent defense of his position. Like, it's very weird that Biden won't speak to him. The reason that Biden won't speak to him is because he thinks for some odd reason that he's winning this thing in the court of public opinion, and or he knows that the headline coming out of any meeting between Biden and Johnson is likely to be about his senility, not about Johnson's positions on this particular issue. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.